Hello everybody, this is Haven, and this is tutorial number 2 in the Qavimator series, and Qavimator is just the first program I'm going to be doing in the animation series. So to continue on, I kind of went over the interface last time. This time I'm going to go over setting up your beginning files. It's always nice when we start a project to have a file ready and made for us, and not doing any of that prep work every single time. So the last time we talked, I told you a little bit about this red frame. This is the protected frame. That means that you cannot change any of the avatar's position on any of their joints. And that's because this is default. Every single bone is in 0, 0, 0 position. There's absolutely no rotation to any of this right now. And that's so that it matches up with Second Life. Second Life, you come in with absolutely no rotations on any of your bones, and you're in the T-pose. We all know the T-pose. So the reason that these two are synced up so perfectly is so that when you bend an arm 90 degrees, it's in a text. And that text goes into Second Life, and Second Life reads it. Okay, this arm gets bent 90 degrees. Well, if you're starting from the same point, that's great. But if this arm was bent down like this, and then you told Second Life to bend it 90 degrees, it might be coming through the chest. So we don't want to mess with this frame at all. And we want everything to start at the zeros. But in frame number 2, you have to tell Qavimator, or basically you have to tell SL, that you want all of these joints used. If you leave any of them out of the equation where SL doesn't see that they have any information at all, it won't animate it with that animation. It's going to read the animation that you're already doing. So you'll actually have two animations going on at once. And this is going to become a lot more clear when we do animated attachments. But for now, just trust me on this one. We want to rotate every one of these bones. But we're going to do them very slightly. We're only going to do one on each of the actual bones or joints. And that is just enough to basically unlock them. So let me go ahead and I'm going to finish this. And you'll also see while I am doing this, if you look down at the timeline right now, you will see that each time I do a new joint, give it a rotation or information here, you see a little mark being put in the slider, in the timeline. And that is showing you that these hold some kind of information. So I am just about done with this. I'm going to go ahead and just do the last hand. And I can double check down here that I've got all the things. They all have a mark in them. Do you see that? All of them have one. So I've done this perfectly. Now, don't worry about the position. The position's actually already been changed, and we're not going to mess with that at all right now. So what I want you to do is go to File and Save As. And you can see that, well, actually, it's not there. Let me find my folder real quick. You do not want to see my messy desktop. Okay. And I'm just getting this pulled together for you to see. Okay, so here I have my Qavimator files, and I have P for Fem Pose, because this is actually going to be a pose scene, and I'll explain that to you. And I'll save it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here to the figure, the gender, and change it to male. Now I can go ahead and save as and change this to male, and now I've got a file ready for either the male or the female, whichever one I want to pose. Now the reason I'm calling this a posing file is because it's only 3 frames long. You have the beginning frame and then the last 2 frames. Both of these frames for a pose are going to be identical. And the reason that they're identical is so that when they loop 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, the animation never changes. It's a very static pose even though it's an actual animation that's being looped. The same two frames are being played over and over again, so you won't see anything moving on the avatar. Okay, so that's it for poses, getting our files ready, but you can also use these for animations, and we'll see how to do animations in just a video or two. The next video is going to be on making a pose and how we go ahead and we export that. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe and like the videos, make comments or suggestions if you want to, and please do share it with everybody. This is just information that's kind of good for everyone to have, so pass it along. Thank you.